This in-house project was probably the first that I know of in this town, and I've been in this town since I was about 6 years old, and I'm 57 now, so it's been a long time. It began to gain momentum. It was really unreal what was happening here. Several town businesses I would call men and women and say, listen, we need your help. What do you need? I said, your community needs your help. We want to build a courthouse, but we don't have any money. And that's usually famous now for mayors. That we always say that. We usually preface our remarks by saying, there is no funding, but we want this, or we want to build that. Several members of the business community stepped up to the plate. Several citizens of our town stepped up to the plate. And most importantly, several town employees stepped up to the plate. They really went above and beyond. As I said earlier, this is probably the biggest in-house project in the history of this town. We not only have a new courthouse, but we also have council offices downstairs, as well as an emergency operations center. Now, of course, we're complete up here basically, and downstairs, Joe is going to start Monday, to continue downstairs. But what we're going to do is, obviously, this will be our new council chambers. And downstairs, what we're going to do is we're going to put 2 offices. We're going to put 2 offices for town hall. And I always believed in pre-planning. God forbid if anything happens to our town hall, I'll probably jinx ourselves. We have nowhere to go. And at least we'll have 2 offices where we continue to operate town government if anything was to happen. So there'll be 2 offices downstairs, obviously, for town hall. We'll also have some offices for our council members where they can take their constituents downstairs. And there'll be a meeting room downstairs also. There's also storage downstairs. So downstairs will be a large meeting area. As I said, there'll be some extra spaces for our council members if they want to bring their constituents in. And this is something that is already in the plans. Now I'm going to get to the cost of this project. The project of this cost for remodeling both upstairs and downstairs will be approximately $180,000. Now that may seem like a lot of money, but when you stop and think and look around where we are and what building we're in, it really is not a lot of money. We have basically reinvested and reclaimed our own town building. No more paying for other people's mortgages by renting their property. No more fixing their property for them and maintaining their property. If this project was to be done outside, we call it was done in-house, but outside, as many of you know, it's just unfortunate, but many construction companies think that cities and towns are cash cows. Am I right, Mail and Body? And there's things like cost overruns and cost overruns. But we would probably be looking at a bill for anywhere from $800,000 to $1 million if we had to go outside. So for approximately $180,000, we have a place to call home, and it's ours. We own it. It belongs to the citizens of this town, and I think the citizens should be proud of the work that was done here. Now, as I said, why do we need a municipal court? Why is it so important in our town? This courthouse is the people's courthouse. This courthouse continues to obviously improve and maintain the quality of life for the residents of this town, and I'm going to explain why. And by the way, I'm not a lawyer. I don't pretend to be one. This will probably be the last time you'll see me up here on the rostrum, and I know that this will be Bobby Russo's seat, but you'll never see me conducting court. And to the local judges, if you see me up here conducting court, you better call the sheriffs or the police. But seriously, on a serious note, we conduct, obviously, hearings for traffic violations that keep our roads safe, property violations that keep our neighborhoods neat and clean and maintain our property values. Also, business license, those who may violate our zoning ordinances. That's what this place is for. It is basically a house that provides justice for those in need and justice for all. Chief Judge Dimitri and Associate Judge DeCharo, who are here today, they preside over those instances which I just have mentioned. But we also conduct probate hearings, and that's where Judge DeMayo steps in. It's very, very important. Those hearings ensure that people get their day in court and are treated with dignity and respect. Also, our town council meetings are held in our municipal court, our regular and special meetings. You know, it's kind of tough. Sometimes we'll have a special meeting, we break off into special session, and we actually have to throw the constituents out of the old courthouse because we need privacy. Now we have a room that's back there, and hopefully you'll tour it, where the food is, by the way. And that's going to be our emergency operations center, by the way. The emergency operations center, under the direction of Deputy Chief DeCesare, who is our EMA director, is very important. Every city and town should have one, and we do have one. So if we were to get a natural disaster, anything, snowstorm, hurricane, blizzard, then obviously our emergency operations center would begin immediately. And we do have a generator for this place, and it runs the whole place. It's been tested this week. So anyway, getting back to our council meetings, we would have to tell people to leave. Now we don't have to do that anymore. When the town council wants to go into executive session, they'll just leave this room and go back there and have some privacy. This building will touch so many lives, ensuring that justice is served. Our municipal court is an integral part of our community. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is truly a special day for our town and our citizens. And this building is proof that when our community and our town workers get together, things get done. And I always say what makes a community is its citizens. And I got to tell you, we have one hell of a community because our citizens all came together. Many of them came together to put this building together. This building is truly the people's court, a building where justice and fairness is done every day. So before I end, I really want to thank our court administrator, Joe Tadino, for his dedication and commitment to this project, to the taxpayers, of course, and to the workers. Before I say a few words about Joe, I have obviously a couple of special presentations. But I want to thank the municipal workers, many of them here today. You know, I have to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, as mayor, you know, I'm very proud of what they did. You know, they came in here, they worked, they never said, this is not my contract, I'm not supposed to be doing that. They all chipped in, they all helped, they all worked very hard. There wasn't any hesitation at all. And I have to tell you, we need to give them a round of applause because many of them are here today. They worked very hard. It was difficult for them, too, because we had the hurricane, as you know, a couple of months back. And our DPW director, Arnie Vecchione, had to kind of split them because I kept saying, Arnie, we got to get the court done. Arnie, we got to get the court done. He said, Mayor, you realize we had a hurricane a couple of days ago? I said, oh, that's right, we did. But getting back to Joe, I know that I drove you crazy. Joe, I know I wore down your body from bending and twisting and climbing. I know that I pressured you every day, and I know I nagged you every day. But under your direction, Joe, you made this happen and never complained once that you were doing double duty. And I must tell you, you are a true gift to the community. We really appreciate it. So on behalf of myself and the citizens, Joe, if you could come up here, I'd like to make a couple of presentations. The first presentation I want to give him, which is probably not as important as the second, is something that he can use, I'm sure, and I know he would complain of my aching back, and it's Ben Gay. So that's for your back. And that's the extra strength, and this is the elite. But truly, you know, many of you are not aware, but Joe is also a licensed contractor. And without his tutelage and his expertise and his leadership, we wouldn't be sitting here. We would not be sitting here. So, Joe, on behalf of all of the citizens, I want to present you a plaque. And, Joe, like I said, without you, this day would not have come to fruition. So thank you very much.